first round. Russ struggled shooting the ball and had some very contentious post-game press conferences. Now, Thunder GM Sam Presti was asked about Russ yesterday and said this: he's not perfect. None of us are. I'm not going to let 11 years of his contributions and performance be overshadowed by a couple of pretty tough months. Would we prefer he handled a few things differently? Yeah, we've talked about that. He made an adjustment to that particular approach, and I think that's a sign of growth. Kendrick Perkins is back with us. Now, Kendrick, you spent 5 years in OKC as a teammate of Russ's. Is he the kind of guy that's going to listen to Presti or Billy Donovan?
Russ is coachable. You know, I played with Russ for 5 years, and I played with a young Russ before Russ started passing the ball. And now Russ then led the league in assists. And this year I seen a major turn down the stretch. Shots that he usually force, he was giving it to PG. He was making the extra pass. I think Russ is coachable, and he came out publicly and said that he needs to shoot the ball better, and he held himself accountable. But we can't just blame Russ for this now, for what happened in OKC. I mean, you know, PG wasn't healthy or whatever the case may be. They still needed PG to be who he was in the regular season. You know, I know playing in OKC with under Sam Presti and Troy Weaver and Mr. Clay Bennett, that's a great organization and a very prideful organization. And first-round exits is not what they want. That's not their goals. So at the end of the day, I mean, some pressure has to go to Billy Donovan. You know, lose a 3-1 lead to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals and 3 years straight of a first-round exit. You know, everybody got to get held accountable. We can't just point the finger at Russ. Okay. You know, Russ obviously has to be better, but everybody has to be better.
You say Russ is coachable and he's making the pass, the extra pass. Do you think they hitched their wagon to the right guy? Because they had KD. And from all indication, they showed a little bit more love to Russ than KD. Roles reversed. Do you think they're further along in this process of getting back and winning a title? Had KD stayed and maybe Russ had vacated the building?
No, I think they need each other. I think
No, KD don't need him. He proved that.
KD don't need Russ?
No, he proved that. Have you been watching Golden State?
Yeah, I've been watching Golden State. But he also has Steph and he also has Clay.
But he told you, I can't win. By him doing what he did, he told you something, Perk.
Well, let me give you something.
Okay.
KD is my little brother, okay? Yeah. And let me give you a little insight. KD did not leave OKC because he was tired of playing with Russell Westbrook. And I'm going to leave that at that.
Okay, he wasn't tired, but did he believe he could win a title? I mean, I love hanging out with certain people all the time. But can you get me to where my ultimate goal is? Because we view Kevin Durant totally different now that he has these titles, Skip. You know what titles mean to a player of his ilk.
Absolutely.
We don't look at Karl Malone. We don't look at Charles Barkley with the same gleam in our eye as we do Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan.
Correct.
We look at Kevin Durant totally different. He got that same kind of gleam that we give to LeBron James. That same kind of gleam we give to Kobe Bryant. That's the way we look at KD now.
So Shannon, what you asking me, if I had a choice, would I would have kept KD or kept Russ?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have kept KD.
Okay, that's all.
I answered for you. Yeah, I would have kept KD. And I love Russ, by the way. Yeah, that's a good friend.
So KP. Obviously, KD is not my little brother, but I do know some people pretty close to him and around him. And they said at the bottom line, he just didn't think he could win a championship with Russ as his primary decision maker every time down the floor, because obviously Russell is going to dribble the ball up the court and he's going to make the first decision, my turn, your turn. And too often KD, to me, was over on the wing like, can I have a turn?
Right.
Can I? No, because listen, what I love, I hate about Russell Westbrook. He thinks he's going to will his team to every win. He's going to run through that brick wall and just figure out a way to get to the basket and win the basketball game. And I'm with you. He just led the league in assists 2 straight years, in part because he figured out triple doubles really work because they enhance the brand, right? And he's got a big brand. And yet, to me, All those people you mentioned who run that organization, they're all good people, but I think they leaned a little more toward Russ than KD. Like they saw him as the warrior, the guy we want taking the last shot. We want Russ with the ball in his hand because he's going to figure out how to make a play. And I think Kevin felt a little 1A to Russ, just a little bit.
I agree with both of y'all. I think OKC could have did a better job in keeping Kevin.
Yes.
I think during that whole time, KD final year in OKC, they didn't do a great job of making KD feel wanted.
Yeah, wanted,
And,
like
right.
you're a co-star.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And saying like, no, Kevin, we absolutely need you. Like you're Mr. OKC. I don't think they made that clear. Right?
Did they take for granted that because he came from Seattle, he relocated them to OKC, that he was going to be loyal and stay there?
I think
because
so.
they viewed Russ as like Russ is not going anywhere, and Russ has given them good cause to believe that.
Right.
But sometimes you get comfortable because the guy's been somewhere for an extended period of time. You're like, oh, we don't have to court you.
Right.
I mean, but if you married, Skip, you know you still got to bring home flowers. You still got to take mama out to dinner. I
I'm
mean,
glad you reminded me of that.
Don't just think because we've been together for 7-8 years that you can forget all the other stuff.
That is true.
I still want to feel courted.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think with how Russ been playing these last 2 years, it would have been better for KD to stay now? OKC would have been a better team?
Good point, maybe.
Because, I mean, we talking about an old Russ. This Russ the last 2 years have matured.
But I don't believe he could have played like that with Kevin Durant. I believe he had to, see, when Kevin left, he had to do something that says, okay, I don't feel sorry for me. Doing that triple-double did more for Russ than playing with KD.
I agree.
So once he got that, Skip, it's kind of like an animal. You get to taste the blood. I got to do it again. Because if I'm not winning a title, at least I got something to fall back on. Remember, dude shooting in the 30th percentile, shooting 29% from three. But at the end of the night, he got a triple-double, though. So he wasn't going to be able to do all of what he's doing now. That 43 shots, you're not getting 43 shots with Kevin Durant on the court.
Right.
So he would have had to play a totally different way than what he's playing now. And I agree. I believe he likes Russ. But me liking you and me believing that I can win a championship with you are two different things.
Correct. I agree.
I got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to win I ain't gonna win no championship with you, but we still gonna be friends.
That's a valid point.
After 11 years, Russell is this franchise. I know Paul had a great run during the regular season.
Yes.
He hurt his shoulder. I think he hurt both his shoulders.
Right.
But in the end, Sam Presti knows his bread is buttered by Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
They're in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and that's their draw. That keeps them on the national map. So it's hard for me to believe Sam Presti can sit down with Russ over lunch or dinner in the offseason and say, hey, I need you to grow up a little bit more. We need a little less chest beating, because the flashpoint moment of the Portland series was late in the second half of Game 4 in Oklahoma City. Russ finally made a three, and he's just beating his chest, screaming, this is my house. And he'd made it personal with Damian, and he scored 2 points in the second half, and they just fell all apart. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
OKC needs Russ, and Russ knows that.
Okay, but will he listen to Sam Presti? Will he say, I got to change my ways a little bit? Because I don't see that. I think Russ is Russ. I think he's always going to be Russ for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the point that he needs to listen to Sam Presti. I think you got to get him to the point where he listens to a coach that he believes in or that he's going to respect.
Well, Steve Curry, Greg Popovich ain't walking through that door.
I mean,
yeah,
they
no,
got
that's
other coaches
but it's a
out
good
there.
point. I'm with you.
I mean, you got Monty Williams sitting out there.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, so
That's
I mean, at the end of the day, you got Monty Williams. You need somebody.
Well, he on two people's radar.
Well, put him on 3 people's radar.
By the way, speaking of the other people on the radar, this team here in Los Angeles called the Lakers, they're not in the playoffs. They have this guy that you might remember that you played with for
It's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, guy. What's his name? James?
King.
Yeah. King James? Oh, yeah, King James. Used to be King. He's the
He still is.
Yeah. How did you view his first go-round with the Lakers?
First of all, Bron knew what he was getting himself into, okay? But look, let's not forget, before the injury on Christmas Day, the Lakers was right where they wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The young players was playing with confidence. Bron was playing like one of the faces of the league. Rondo was being a floor general. JaVale McGee was playing outstanding basketball.
Was.
And the
They
Lakers
were 20
was,
and 14.
and right there in the middle of the pack. Okay, injuries happen, trade rumors happen, the morale of the team, it goes south.
Yep.
You know, all the front office, the noise, and it wasn't no repairing it. But LeBron wants to win, all right? He wants to win.
I hope so.
He do. Skip, he wants to win.
Bad.
He don't want to be, listen, everybody keeps saying, oh, LeBron running the Lakers or LeBron running Cleveland. He hates that. He don't like running the team. He don't want to voice his opinion. He just want guys around him that want to play winning basketball. And he hates it when he looks on TV or people say, oh, Bron made that decision. Nah, Bron runs from that type of stuff. But what goes on in the league is every general manager goes to their star player before they make any type of move with the team. So Bron just get the heat for it, right?
Do you think he wanted Anthony Davis? Do you think he was trying to orchestrate?
I mean, if Magic came to me and asked me if I wanted Anthony Davis, I would say yeah too, Skip, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was the other way around. I
No,
think
it wasn't.
LeBron went to Magic and said, we're going to go get
No,
Anthony Davis.
it wasn't like that. Anthony Davis signed with Rich Paul, so that made it seem that way.
Yeah.
Okay, AD saw that New Orleans wasn't going in the right direction, and he wanted to win. He needed to get out. He really needed to get to a bigger market.
Right.
And it's better for Anthony. Whether he go to the Knicks, the Celtics, or the Lakers, it's better for AD. So at the end of the day, if Magic came to me, Perk, and I was a franchise, which I always wanted to be a franchise player, but if I was a franchise player and Magic and Rob Pelinka said, hey, Perk, we're thinking about trading for Anthony Davis. I'm like, well, what you waiting on?
Yeah. You see that? What you waiting on?
What if you're going to get traded to get Anthony Davis?
But you the franchise. You ain't going nowhere, right, Perk?
No, I'm the franchise right now. I'm not.
We keep talking about, hold on, Skip. You know what? We keep talking about, all these trade rumors. Lo and behold, what we're finding out last night, there's a lot of stuff going on in the front office that wasn't getting reported. Everybody keep talking about the trade rumors ruining morale. But what about old Genie and Rob Pelinka, old backstabbing Magic? That's why Magic said, I'm up out of here. Deuces, both of y'all.
He did.
I wouldn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, come on. You mean to tell me you can't call it? Come on, think about this. If I'm going to say something, let's just say for the sake of argument, and this is hypothetical, I want to say Skip and I, we going to talk about Jenny. Skip, can you give me?
We're not going to.
No, I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying, no. We going to go to dinner. I'm not going to be sending you no email.
No.
Right.
Because here's the thing. If I say it, I can deny it. If I send it, I'll regret it.
Email it
Okay,
yourself.
last quick question about LeBron.
Okay.
Next year, you're 17. Realistically, can he be an MVP candidate?
LeBron could be an MVP candidate until he retires.
Until he retires.
I have never seen, listen, Skip. Listen,
Talk to him, Perk.
Skip,
Talk to him, Perk. That's Perk talking.
Listen, Skip. One thing about it, Bron's book is already written, right?
Yeah.
We already discussed an argument about Jordan and Bron. Okay?
Well, some people are.
No, we
not
all
this
are.
person.
We are.
Not
Perk.
you, Skip, but we all are.
We all, yeah,
I
Perk.
mean, like,
Yeah, Perk.
it's a debate, okay? So at the end of the day, I think Bron's going on 35 years old. I don't think he's worried about being the best player in the league anymore. But he's still going to go out and put up his 28, 7, and 7.
That's what he does.
Because he spent $2 million on his body. He wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He gets treatment around the clock. And he's something that we never seen before. He's a freak of nature.
You hear that, Skip?
But listen, what I'm saying is, and honestly, I don't think Bron have a problem with actually passing the torch and saying, okay, yeah, you might be the best player in the league right now, but I'm still in the top 5.
Okay.
Okay, we still have to talk to you about the Sixers.
We do.
Are they the team to beat in the East? We'll discuss that next.
I might talk about you, Jenny, though.
I know.